What's up, guys? Since I did a Gamma Ray tier ranking video, I'm going to go ahead and do something that's semi-related to Gamma Ray. A little band called Judas Pace. I mean, Tyran Priest. Okay, let's start over. A little band called Tyran Pace. So, as you can tell, what's it sound like? It probably sounds a little bit like Judas Priest. Does it? A lot so, yes. So, alright, so how is Tyran Pace related to Gamma Ray? Well, Ralf Scheepers, who sung for the first 3 Gamma Ray albums, originally sang for Tyran Pace before Gamma Ray. And, basically, in a sense, it's almost like 80s Primal Fear, if you can think about it. It seems like Ralf Scheepers is always just doing something that sounds exactly like Judas Priest, with the exception of Gamma Ray, which sounds a little bit like Judas Priest at times. But there's nothing wrong with that. I love Judas Priest. So they got 3 albums, all of which I think are pretty good. Now, I've read some reviews on this stuff. Some people think they're very mediocre albums. I beg to differ. Okay, so they started off with an album called Eye to Eye. I think this probably came out 84-ish, I think. I'm trying to see if I can find the year on this, but this pressing I got's kind of odd. This is not the original album cover, and this is really, really stupid. The other one, while the other one's kind of odd and not amazing, it's still better than this. Like, this literally is just an eye. I mean, give me a break. But, alright, so what do we got here? Highway Nights pretty much sounds like something that could come off of Hellbent for Leather mixed with British Steel. Knives and Bones, kind of the same. Black Leather Beauty, a little bit more of I get a little more of a power metal vibe from that one. But yeah, so basically this really does sound like a good blend between Hellbent for Leather and Screaming for Vengeance. Do I think it's as good as either album? Well, I probably think this is about as good as British Steel, because personally, I think British Steel is an okay album. I don't think it's the big, amazing classic everybody makes it out to be, but I think it's good, and I think this is equally good too. I remember when I first got this, I listened to it just kind of thinking, it's just Ralf Scheepers' first band. It's cool to have, but, honestly, I've been really spinning these a lot lately. I got these a few years about 3 or 4 years ago, and I thought they were cool, but I've been really spinning these lately, and they kind of surprised me. I actually think they're really good albums. A little bit too much like Judas Priest, but in a way, that's kind of what's cool about it. If you like Judas Priest and you like Ralf Scheepers, there's no reason not to listen to these. So, alright, so they go from that to Long Live Metal. This right here is a lot different than the first album. This one still sounds like Judas Priest, but they pretty much went straight speed metal for the most part on this. Gosh, I mean, Shockwaves is the first song, just comes right out. It could be something like, I don't know, like Walls of Jericho, Halloween speed, like it's just fast, high vocals on the vein of Rob Halford. I mean, if you know Ralf Scheepers, he's really not changed much. He's been the same vocalist his whole career. But, some of the lyrics aren't that great. I mean, Red Sweat, I mean, come on, that's the second song on here. Third song, Play All Night. The song's awesome, but, a lot of the stuff's just about rocking and junk, like hot to rock. I mean, I wish they could be a little more creative, but to be honest with you, it ain't a whole lot different from what Judas Priest was doing. I don't know. This one's a banger though. This one's for sure, like, they've definitely took their hand in the speed metal zone, and I don't know if it really worked for them or not, but it works for me. I like it a lot. I don't see anything, I mean, it's not the best speed metal album I've ever heard in my life, but I might like it as much as a good selection of 80s Judas Priest songs. I mean, really, for real, I don't see anything wrong with it. And then third, they would do their last album called Watching You. And this one, funny enough, it almost sounds like it should have been the sophomore album. This one should have been second to Eye to Eye. This sounds like a more reasonable progression, because this one's not really speed metal. There might be a couple little moments on there, but this one's a little more typical Judas Priest metal. I mean, maybe some more Screaming for Vengeance type songs on here. Not that I think it really sounds like Screaming for Vengeance, but you know, it's got a little more of that that heavy 80s, mid 80s type of Judas Priest vibe. You know, as far as the content goes, come on, the first song is Saints of Rock. More songs about rock, but it's a cool song. It's actually really a good, it could be a good live track. I could really see that. Hands in the Air. I don't know. Some of these things are stupid, but I don't know, man. Like, I just think these albums are pretty underrated. This looks like this one came out in 1986. So I'm guessing it's 84, 85, 86 when these came out. Looks like these are actually some noise pressing, so that's pretty cool. Except for the first one. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is this band's a little bit of a gem and German metal history. I love checking out, you know, the origins of these bands, you know, the origins of these singers. But I think if you're a fan of Ralf Scheepers, I think these are worth giving a shot. I really wish, unless they have, and I don't know about it, I really wish they would not remaster, but re-release these things. I think they deserve it. I think they're worth it. But, yeah, that's about all I can really say about Tyran Pace. Pretty much just Judas Priest with Ralf Scheepers. Same difference. But anyway, thanks for watching.